So, if you've ever been on Tumblr at all, then you're probably already familiar with the totally not advertiser friendly content on that site, if you know what I mean. Of course, just like any other site, Tumblr has seen its fair share of bot accounts that post such content and sometimes have conversations with actual users that are unnatural to say the least. This is, of course, nothing new and obviously no surprise. Everyone knows or should know a bot when they see one. Within the last few days, however, what appeared to be a simple bot on the surface has gone viral. On June 20th, 2018, two Tumblr users received messages from an account by the name of Sexygirlmax2019. Both DMs read, "Hey P-Brain, you teleport," and "Hi P for Brains, can you teleport?" Admittedly, there isn't anything here yet that's all that alarming, but regardless, screenshots were posted and immediately drew the attention of several thousand Tumblr users, accumulating nearly 40,000 notes between the two in just a couple of days. Other users have also received similar messages, and this of course furthered the frenzy around the account. At this point, if you search the account's name on Tumblr, you'll find tons of posts about it, including fan art and blogs dedicated to archiving information. Now, speaking of information, you're probably still completely confused as to why this is a thing, so allow me to continue. After users caught wind of the weird messages, they decided to do a bit of digging. Some decided to message the account themselves, and the responses they received said that the user was trapped, needed to be saved, and needed teleportation in order to do so. Not something you hear every day from your standard hanky-panky focused bot account. Now, on top of all this, the account started posting things. Admittedly, these posts still kept to a bot-like format, including links and not that much extra information. This is especially true of the first 4 posts, all being of the click to meet me or click to meet in your area variety. Now, sadly, for any thirsty individuals who did fall for this, they may have had the crap scared out of them. According to the users who were there early on, the first link posted actually led you to a Thai site called Enrix. For those of you unaware, the site has actually been around for several years and had a lot of people trying to figure out what it meant. Once translated, you'll read that the website focuses on a fictional disease called Enrix and also talks about something called Gomex syndrome. The site features 3 tabs, the home tab being what you're looking at now. If you look over to the second one, this is what you'll find. On the left, jumbled letters and words, and to the right, a blue key. Above it, the name of the fictional disease can once again be seen. The Contact tab is supposed to get you in touch with the site administrator, but it only leads you back to the home page. And speaking of the home page, this is what happens if you decide to click around enough.
One zero one 8 105 100 101 110 116.
So naturally, there are things that I didn't mention about Enrix for time reasons, but it may not even matter because as far as the Max Tumblr account is concerned, this could all just be a red herring. If you click the link now, it leads you to this. Notice how clicking through enough leads you to this page. Another Tumblr account supposedly belonging to a teenage girl named Anita. If you look at her archive, you'll notice that the accounts seem to have been made in December of 2017 and contain just a few random pictures. On June 21st, a day after the Max account showed up, Anita decided to post again, and it was unusual to say the least. I probably shouldn't read this part because of how ridiculous it's going to make me sound, but here it is. Note how Anita mentions an illness, and the last line, "Who are you and where did you get this from?" Here's the following post. To answer some questions, yes, I'm okay. No, I'm not better yet. I don't know what the sexy Max thing is. I don't know why my mom won't take me to the doctor. I'm trying to figure out why my text is messing up. I like angels. You'll notice that the text appears to be similar to the Enrix site in Zalgo, which Anita addresses ironically saying that she doesn't know what Enrix is. The fourth post is probably the strangest so far, simply reading, "I forgot this blog existed," implying that whoever was posting prior to this wasn't Anita. Also take note of the font style here and how it lacks the Enrix Zalgo style. There are several more text posts after these that seem to be written from two different perspectives, presumably Max and Anita's. Certain posts talk about not knowing why they're getting so many messages and general confusion over the NeoCities and Enrix sites, but the other posts are pretty vague. They say things like, "I can't get to her," "I'm here," "praying," and "I haven't gone anywhere." The remainder of the posts talk about being sick, feeling worse, having fevers, things about guardian angels, and Anita's general liking of the angel aesthetic. Many people have also been taking note of the tags used. One in particular stands out that displays Anita's feelings about Max. On June 23rd, Anita posted a link leading to this. Take note of the message at the bottom. Of course, there was one other blog to cover if you remember things well enough. Going back to Max's site and clicking on Smell Me leads to this. It talks about something called sickness stench. Sickness stench is one of the most evil things a being can produce. The online equivalent of sickness stench is nothing an angel could ever produce unless they were trapped in limbo. Sickness stench includes some of the following experiences: dizziness, nausea, black spots, wet spots, screaming, and hitting. If you can't get a hold of yourself, contact your guardian angel. Pray. Scrolling through this account, you'll hear a lot more about angels. The next post explains how everyone has a guardian angel, even if you can't necessarily see them. The following post after that one says, "Angels in danger will go under the guise of popular internet archetypes in order to communicate while going under the radar of angels in higher spheres." This obviously caught people's attention. You know, it's funny because I never know what to do at this point in these types of videos. Do I state the obvious and risk insulting your intelligence, or do I just leave it alone and piss off the people who need everything over-explained? Well, just to be safe, I'll say what I have to say. Based on everything we've seen so far, this whole thing is a story, not one that's even meant to be creepy per se, about a young, presumably terminally ill girl and her guardian angel desperately trying to get to her. Max is trapped somewhere, as she said herself, and needs some form of teleportation in order to reach Anita in time. Like the last blog we looked at, apparently within the story, angels are supposed to be able to use human means of communication, such as the internet. There also seems to be some implication that Enrix is the illness that everyone keeps talking about, but again, no one can say for sure if that was put in place to throw us off, and we also can't confirm if this is even a continuation of the Enrix ARG itself. Before I forget, every time I cover something that is clearly meant to be creative fiction, I always get comments saying that it's fake and how ridiculous it is that I could fall for this, Look, geniuses, I shouldn't have to say that this isn't real. Anyway, there are a few things I left out for time, but you've got enough to start with. The last thing I want to add is that the live stream feature on the NeoCity site did feature a video at one point, but I'm betting that not many people saw it or were able to record it. As far as I've heard, not much happened in the stream aside from this. Anyway guys, that's all I've got for now. Please excuse the sass and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all again soon.